how is the scene in Toronto compared to Vancouver?
That's a good question, man. People always say, just like people use Toronto as like the place to be, or like the mecca for anything in the country. Basically, North Hollywood, like basically the Hollywood of Canada. There are so many more opportunities, I would say. I'm not from Vancouver, so I don't want to disrespect or step on any toes. But the differences that I would say, and the similarities, like the differences would be like you guys have your own, like you guys in Vancouver have certain lanes, like you guys have certain styles, certain different types of artists that you do support, and you do have a good. It seems like you do when you do dig someone. You guys support your own. In Toronto, there's a lot of people come from all over the country to Toronto, because they believe if they can make it there, they'll be able to make it anywhere. So like the competition is fierce. So like at that point right there, that's why a lot of things don't even go over well, because you got a lot of people coming in. So it's like dog eat dog. So like if you're dope, you're dope. If you're not, you get ate by the hounds. So in that sense, there, like the competition is thick. So like you're like survival of the fittest. So you're always having to sharpen your sword. So not a lot of people get in. So like you know what I'm saying. So like you know that's where you get your rivalries. But like that's one of the things that I'll say that's definitely different between the two. Like there's a lot more room for almost everybody out here, whereas out there isn't necessarily. Like you have to either follow in a certain mold or you have to work in a certain regimen. I'll say another thing that definitely sticks out is the amount of opportunities for hip-hop or urban culture. You got, I don't know how many community-based radio stations or you know like outlets like that you guys have in Vancouver, but like there's I would say to a degree there might be an oversaturation in Ontario as a whole. So like when it comes to certain things, like they might not necessarily be available to the rest of Canada, but they're just in Toronto. So like that, like again, like so then with that brings a little bit more of opportunity.
And so you also produce beats. Who have you worked with, and are you on any other projects that we can hear about?
Who have I worked with? Who have I produced for? I produced for Planet Asia, out of the States. Notably working with like Madlib and stuff. I produced for Mos Def's cousin, this dude named Magnetic, out of part of a group called Medina Green. I produced for Toomey, the South African artist, Toomey, notably a part of a group called Toomey and the Volume. And a couple other South African artists, Double HP, who's pretty much considered like the equivalent of a Jay-Z in Africa. And out of South Africa. Another dude named Zubs. Zubs the last letter. In Canada, like maybe some dudes you might not even necessarily have heard of, or you have this collision of notably of Nefarious, a Tough Dumpling. He's now in New York. I've actually worked with Rich Kid. There's a track, a single, and a video due out soon. It's called Confusion Part 2. That should be coming out sometime soon. In terms of new projects, I've been dabbling with the idea of putting out a new album. I have like 4 records out right now. 2 of them are available on iTunes, World Inside My Head, Volume 1, 2, and 3. And then another record called 543, an EP that I put out a while back, and some beat tapes that slew around. But yeah, I'm thinking about putting something together. I've been talking to Rich Kid, obviously, Dio, obviously, Slacker the Beat Child, Tona. I don't know, I'm just mulling over the idea. I don't know if it's going to come together just yet. But yeah, that's what's like. Other than that, for the future, in terms of music or putting things out, like it's just a lot more mixtapes. I would say a lot more mixtapes. Both like the traditional mixtapes in terms of like popular music and new tracks that are out there, and on the other end, like just original music mixtapes, like showcasing some new artists and stuff.
And let us know about some of the projects that you have made, and do you have any favorites?
I'd say I'm quite critical. I'm not the best. Yeah, I'm not the best with compliments, and I'm mad critical of myself. So I couldn't really like to be doing this full-time, for real, like full-time, and for it to be the way I pay my bills. Basically, me talking about music, being in the music industry, to pay my bills off of music is a blessing and a curse at the same time, but definitely a blessing and an opportunity that I could never, I don't even think I really would have thought I'd be doing this. So to just be doing this in general is just a blessing. To meet people, to travel, to be able to travel, to be out here doing like interviews, and it's for the thing that I love doing, and it's like, you know, and it's the way I get paid. Like a lot of times, some people, when you get, you know, there's obviously you get bad days, you get jaded and stuff like that, but like, yeah, like I'm not, as much as I could sound like negative or come off as an asshole or whatever, I'm real thankful to be doing this, and I plan to be doing this for another 30 years. You know what I'm saying?
And what has been your best accomplishment yet?
I would think, apart from the travel, would be last year, South Africa, recording a song and then having it air on like South Africa, like African television. Like I have a song with a video that is like I think has been played on the radio in South Africa and certain parts of Africa, and to have a video on Channel O, which is the equivalent of their like Much Music or MTV in Africa. They still get MTV, but like I mean, like the homegrown one would be Channel O, and like to have a video, to have recorded a song with, I've brought together 3 of South Africa's dopest artists for the first time. That's the first thing. Like these 3 dudes, Tumi in the Volume, Double HP, and Zubs, had never worked. They're friends, but they had never worked on one record together. So to bring them together, to have a video, and to have it air. And then even it's aired down here too, like on Ox TV. I don't know if you guys catch Ox TV up here, but out in Ontario there's a channel called Ox TV. And they spin the video, so I guess that would definitely, that and the traveling, you know, like, and apart from it all is a recognition. You know, like unfortunately, like, you know, what you guys think is what keeps this thing going, or like keeps me relevant, gets me paid. So like the recognition and the dope affiliations to everything that's dope that's out there, and you know, like keeping the ear to the ground, that's definitely another blessing.
And share some of the best hip hop memories that you've been part of or contributed to.
I guess to get to a point where overall to be able to first listen to people's music, buy their music, watch them on television, and then to be able to get to a point where you are their peer. Like that would be it, straight up and down. Because if I've ever was ever interested in anything in life, it was always for any person who ever met me to just think I was a cool dude. So to be able to do that and just kick it with Socrates, you know, like just kick, like Rich Kid being my roommate, like these dudes, or then like, you know, like somebody comes to town and be able to like kicking it with Black Milk, or like, you know, like whatever, like that sort of thing right there, just to be able to like to be recognized on the level. That's dope. That's a great feeling.